This is Jim and welcome to my shop. Jim's Mix of Stuff again. This is part 2 of the Weatherby Range XP in 280 Ackley Improved. Again, practice all safe gun handling things. And I'm not a professional videographer, neither is my grandson who is working the camera, but we're going to try to get better as we go. We've added some stuff to kind of hope we can smooth out our video a little bit, get the lighting a little better so it won't be so grainy and all of those things. But this is part 2 of the review of a little bit more in depth. Nick can show you, I've actually got the rifle disassembled. What I do when I get a new rifle, as everybody should, is I go ahead and slip it out of the action, take the action out of the stock, and I be sure to degrease and clean everything. Now on this particular rifle, different from any other one I've ever had that was new and you took it out of the box, this guy did not have all the cosmolines and greases and all that stuff. It was very clean on the inside. So let's talk about this, and I told you in the last video that this is not a full Remington 700 remake. This is more like a Stiller action or a Savage Stiller combination action than it is the Remington. They've really changed a lot of stuff in this action that a lot of people don't know. I'm going to try to get you a close-up of some of the things. One is they have included, as they say in their literature, a Trigger Tech trigger. I'll try to get that to where you can see so you can get the information off of it if you need to. That is adjustable for pull weight. It's very crisp, very clean as it is. It's a typical 2-position safety, Remington style safety. Again, the barrel, the left side of the barrel, looking at it from the back, is where the bolt release is found. Very handy, works very nice, very solid, and very smooth. You're going to notice a couple things. I have a Remington 700 Leupold scope base, a standard Remington 700. This is the what would be on the rear of the rifle, and if you notice, when you put this on where it needs to be, it does not fit. So Remington 700 mounts will not work. Even the front mount is a little different. Now I have these are Tally one piece, they're lightweight ones. I told you in the last video I was waiting on them to come in, and you'll see on them that they are quite different. So again, this is a round action, it's a cylindrical action, that's what Adam Weatherby said, and it is a cylindrical action. So you are going to need the mounts for the 307. And notice that these work very well, they set good and solid, and that's what you'll need for it. Please remember that. The other thing that is in the literature, as you peruse it a little bit and have a closer look at it, is the Remington uses a number 6 screw, and this one being the Weatherby uses a number 8. So there's quite a bit of difference in the screw size. So that's another thing that you need to be aware of. Get the right mounts. I suggest these Tally Manufacturing, and just so you'll know what it is a part number. This is for the medium bases, 940719, 940719, and that is from Tally Manufacturing, not too far from where I used to live, down in Sherrill, South Carolina, I believe is where they are, but they're in that neighborhood, and the machining on these, by the way, is excellent. And on part 3 we'll be mounting the scope and getting ready to take it and range test it. And now I want to go over the stock a little bit more. It is a composite stock, It is of Weatherby's own making. It does have aluminum pillow beds in it, here and back here. It does have the Magpul floor plate, and it really fits tight into the stock. The stock is not flexible. It's very rigid for a composite stock. It was free floated all the way down. I did have to deburr it a little bit here, and here it had some just some casting things. It just needed a little bit, some 400 grit sandpaper, and then wiped over it with a little solvent, and it was good to go. Again, two sling swivel studs that are threaded into the stock. The stock has heavy webbing, a lot heavier than you would typically find. Again, pillow bedded, a nice fit within this stock. And if you modify this stock or go to bed this stock, it voids the warranty on this stock, just so you know. They say it doesn't need it, and I'll let you be the judge of that. It's got a nice pistol grip kind of handle that's actually just really comfortable. It's got enough texturing on the sides to not be slippery. And again, this cheek piece is raisable so that you can change it out. And to change these and add the spacers, you're going to have to take a screwdriver and go straight in. You can see little indentions in the rubber so that you can go in and take those screws out and add these spacers to the stock. Again, another sling swivel stud. I can't talk tonight. The one thing that did bother me is I think that's crooked, but it looks like it's the only way it's going to go in there. And so, you know, there's some OCD in me despite what my shop looks like. But that is one of the things that bothers me. We talked about the muzzle being threaded. It is threaded half 28. So your devices that you might want to put on here are there. Again, it is a hunter style crown, recessed crown. I can't tell you what degree it is, but it is very well finished. The fluting again is very good. One other thing that is different on this action, and you can buy these actions from Weatherby so you can build your own rifle. A lot of people are asking questions about, will a pre-fit barrel work and things like that. Not a gunsmith, not going to answer that. But I will tell you there's a little something that helps us. And right down in here, I'm not sure that Nick will be able to see it. Instead of being the old style recoil lug on the 700 that keeps turning and you have trouble indexing it, this one looks to have a pin, much like the Savage and other rifles do as well. So, and I don't know if you can see that little gap down in there that kind of gives us a peek. So I wanted to give you a little bit more detailed information on the barreled action, and folks, the machining is just excellent. The stamping for the barrel caliber and twist rate is nice. The branding, if you will, is nice. And also you need to notice that they have opened these ejector ports on this rifle. I did do some test feeding and I ran about 4 or 5 magazines through it, not firing it, just cycling it, and it just works so smooth and it's really great. I will tell you again that it does come very dry, and you will need to put some grease on your bolt lugs, just a little here on these back of the lugs, and just a little bit here on the front where it engages and where it rolls over. Just put a little grease. If you've worked on these guns and worked these guns, you know that's where that needs to be. Now I'm going to tell you one other thing. Taking this bolt apart, I don't know if I don't have the technique down pat. It's supposed to be toolless. Folks, you've got to have some kind of grip to take one hand, push this down and disassemble this bolt. I just have to tell you, it is tough, and not only that, it is sharp. So when you go to dig in it, you should put a glove on or something, because it will get at you. So just know that it is toolless and you can take it down just like they show you, but either they had theirs broke in, they had a weaker spring, I'm not sure what was going on, but they sure make it look easy on those videos. So just be prepared for that. The action screws are 2 and they are Remington style. This does fit a Remington stock. I've got an old 700 long action, and this one hasn't been bedded or anything, and it slips right in, no problem at all. So I did test it and try it. So it is going to bolt up to your aftermarket 700 long or short action, depending on which one of the 307s you get. So that's going to work for you. Action screws are T25 Torx, not Allen. They are Torx or T25s. And look up the specs. I think it recommends that you torque these, always torque these 2 bolts, very important, at 55 inch-pounds, but don't go on what I said, go on what the literature says. Very well made rifle. I can't wait to get optics on it and get it to the range, get some loads worked up for it, and see if it lives up to their sub 1 MOA at 100 yards. Next time we do one, it'll be part 3. We'll talk about how to get ready to go to the range, mounting the scope and all those things. And I guess it'll be part 4, because I don't want these videos long, to let us get to the range and do some shooting. Kind of depends on the weather in Wyoming, and sometimes that'll get you. Well, folks, I think that's about all. If you have questions, put them in the comment section. I read them all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Like and subscribe if you would, please. Pass this video, share it, and I think that's all we got for tonight, Nick. So God bless you. Have a great evening. Enjoy your hobbies. It's hunting season in Wyoming. Good luck.